Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Believe it or not, this was covered in snow this morning. It is still cold. I can't believe that the snow is gone. It's 27 degrees right now. Who knows what the feels like temperature is, but it feels like I need to go south. But anyway, if you guys remember, we took one of our coonies to the processor the other day. Well, we've got that meat back, and I'm gonna show you what you get from processing a Kunekune pig. Let's go check it out. All right, we picked our pig up from the processor this morning, and if you guys remember, it was smitten. She had that limp, so we ended up taking her to the processor, and I've got it loaded in our meat trailer for market. Let me get the lights plugged in and turned on here so we can see a little bit better. So we've already got it loaded in the trailer, basically everything except a couple cuts that I'll talk about. And then we have market coming up this week. So most of this will probably be gone soon. Like I said, we only took one pig, and you know the Kunies are smaller pigs. So a couple of pieces of information. It was a medium-sized sow. Her hanging weight was 145 pounds. So from that, let's take a look at our handy dandy list here that we've got. And we got hot sausage, mild sausage, bacon, a couple burnt ends, bacon ends they call them, pork chops, ribs, roasts, and cutlets. If you guys can see that, let me put this down and we'll kind of hover over. So hot sausages, we got 25 packs for a total of 25.38 pounds. Then we got mild sausage, and this is just crumbled up like ground sausage. We had 23 packs, and that was 23.4 pounds. Bacon, we had 11 packs, and that came to 11.88 pounds. And then the ends, there was 3 packs of ends and 3.48 pounds. We had one roast, because we had some of the roasts cut up into sausage. One roast at 3.76 pounds. 4 packs of ribs, two St. Louis ribs and 2 baby backs, and those came out to 6.7 pounds. And then we had chops, and we only got porterhouse chops. Those are the kind that we like. We had 8 packs of those at 8.69 pounds. Then we had a couple of packs of cutlets, which we were trying something new out. We probably won't get those again, but anyway, it came out to 2 pounds, just over 2 pounds. And then we have some sliced ham hocks, and those are going to Cal, which are 1.5 pounds a piece. So 3 pounds there. So totaling up all the weights, it came out to 92.13 pounds of meat that we could eat. Now we also had marrow bones, neck bones, and things like that, and we feed those to Cal. And so those are not things that we are eating. I don't know if I mentioned lard. We got a big bag of lard. So there was a lot off of that pig. So at 145 pounds hanging weight, I was decently happy with the 92.1 pounds of meat that we got in return. So just to give you an idea what you can expect to get. Now, like I said, she was a medium-sized hog. We've got bigger hogs. We'll go check those out. And we've got smaller hogs, but the Kunekunes are a smaller pig, so you're not expecting a ton of meat off of them. And also, you're going to get smaller cuts. So let's open this up, take a look at some of the meat, and I think it looks amazing. Starting here, we've just got a pack of just mild sausage, beautiful red meat. It looks great to me. I'm excited about that. And then over here, you've got the hot sausage. Pack of hot sausage there. Also looking very good, and we've had the sausages. It's great. Here's some porterhouse chops, nice dark red, good marbling on there. Excited to offer these. The chops came 2 chops to a pack. You can choose what you want. We always do kind of just 2 chops to a pack. So there's some of the chops. Go to the ribs. Let me set one out here. This is a St. Louis. And I know I got a baby back down here somewhere. There we go. Here's a baby back rib and a St. Louis rib. Like I was saying, all these cuts are smaller than you're going to get on different types of hogs. So you need to know that going into if you're wanting to think about coonies, they're smaller pigs, smaller cuts, but for us, this is perfect. I really am happy with the size of the cuts that we get from them. I don't need a massive hunk of pork. And we'll grab, I mean, the bacon's basically all the same. Let me grab one more we can compare. So there is some of your bacon there. We had it a uncured hickory smoked bacon with no sugar added. We've enjoyed that. And so there's your bacon. So I think that is it. We showed you the sausage, showed you the bacon. Oh, like I said, we had one roast. Here it is. Nice roast, 3.7 pounds, almost 4 pounds. Nice little fat cap on there. Nice red marbled meat. Beautiful. So there is the roast. And then we just got extra sausage down there. I think that is everything. Let me check my list again. Yep, hot and mild sausage, bacon, roast, ribs, and chops. Yes, that is what we got this time around, and we are happy with that. That's a lot of what our customers want, and we also like to get things that we like to eat, so if it doesn't sell, we're gonna eat it. So that's the beauty about raising animals as well. If you're trying to sell, obviously you wanna sell and get money to reimburse yourself for all the feed and that, but do something that you enjoy. If it was me, I personally like chicken better than pork. That is why we do 1,000 chickens, because I need to eat some of that chicken as well. The only thing we didn't get this time around, because it's not quite spring, is brats, but I've got a couple packs of those. Let me go grab those and show you the brats. All right, I got you a little bit of everything set out here so you can just kind of see what we've got here. So we got our sausage, pork chops, ribs, St. Louis baby back ribs, roast, bacon, and these are the brats, no sugar added brats. Love these things. Like I said, we had to keep a couple packs back for ourselves so we don't sell them all. But when we do our spring processing, probably around May, we will get a lot of brats because they sell really well and they're very good. A lot of people like them. I don't really care for brats personally, but I love these. They are fantastic. But there you go. That is what we got. Obviously, you can get different cuts. Different butchers do different things, but this is what we chose to go with, and we're having good luck with them. They sell well, and they are delicious. So we've got some snacks. Let's head out a little bit with the meat pigs, and let's talk about why we're raising the coonies and just give you a little more information. If you haven't followed along on the channel, we'll try to catch you up with the Kunekune breed. All right, Jamie did some juicing again the other day, so we got some carrots and apples and things for the pigs. So she's really getting into the juicing and we are enjoying it. And the pigs get to enjoy this as well. So we'll give them that. And then we'll empty out this other one. A little bit of apple, some lettuce. This is probably the best part of having animals, guys. Nothing goes to waste. Okay, so like we said, we do raise Kunekunes. If you're new here, they are an old heritage lard hog. They don't get that big. You can expect maybe 3 to 350. Here is our biggest borrow in here. We call him Dave, and yes, we gave an animal that we are going to process a name. Oh my goodness. Well, there's Dave. I bet you he's over 300 pounds. Low to the ground though, so I mean, he doesn't look that big. So he's probably around 300. Like I said, the one we just processed was 145 hanging weight. So we'll go through when he goes to the processor and we'll talk about what we got back from him. Obviously, we'll be getting more back from him, but this is technically our meat herd. We call it our meat herd, but we've got future breeding sows in here. It's just a name. So when I tell the kids, hey, you got to go check the meat herd, or I'm over by the meat herd, they know where I'm at. So, but most of these in here are barrows. We have some gilts. Gilts are pigs that have not had litters before. But the barrows do get bigger. Like I said, the one we last just took at and look at the meat, she was a female, obviously. So the barrows do get bigger. So we've got a couple barrows. This is a nice sized barrow. They're obviously older. Normally 18 months before we take them to the processor. Now that's a long time. Other breeds of pigs are usually about 6 months before you take them to the processor. So these are a long time to get to the processor, and that is the downfall of the breed. If you're wanting a quick turnaround and you want to get return on your investment fast, it's a long time. So if you're looking for something quick to make a lot of money on, Kunes probably aren't for you. But we will make a little bit of money on that pork. But people always ask us, are they worth it? Well, that all depends on you and what you want to do. I mean, we do sell some for breeders. We do sell some for meat pigs. We do get a little money for the meat. So adding it all together definitely helps. But with a small farm, it's not just one revenue stream. We got revenue from the chickens, the eggs, the pork, the pig sales. All of them add up to make this all work. So you got to decide if you want to wait that long for your pork. But for a small family, small homesteads, processing a pig this size, if you want to do it yourself, is a lot easier than a 500-pound hog. And that is one of the benefits. And if you've been watching for a while, you know we processed about 15 of these little ones, about 50 to 60 pounds. Me and my buddy, he came over and we processed them. And that is so easy to do. And quickly we can get meat in our freezers just to feed our family. So there's a lot of good benefits. And honestly, the only downfall I see is the amount of time it takes if you're trying to flip it and get quick return on your money. So if that's your goal, Kunes probably are not the pigs for you, but you need to make that decision. I have another video out that I just put out recently about Kunekune pigs. If that's something you're interested in, pros and cons, check that out here. But I did want to show you guys what we got back from that pig. We're happy with it. We go to a processor called Underground Processing. They have done a fantastic job. We're happy with the quality and the packaging on that meat, and we've had some good experiences with them. So we appreciate them. We'll definitely be heading back. I know a lot of people are looking for those brats, and spring is just around the corner. So we will have those ready. But it's taken us a couple years to grow this herd, and we're trying to get it so where we have pigs ready when we need them. So that's why we have so many pigs, and we're trying to get them at different ages. So we don't have just a ton of big pigs. We've got some smaller ones getting ready to take their place, and that takes a while with this breed, because like I said, even with breeding, it takes about 18 months to 2 years for breeding, 18 months to 2 years for eating. So those are some things you need to think about if you're possibly looking for this breed. But if you're looking just to do it for yourself, your homestead, fantastic, fantastic pigs. Smaller pigs, smaller cuts, but it is delicious. And that red marbled meat is fantastic. So wanted to give you guys that update. We got that pig back. It will not last long. I guarantee you a couple markets, it'll be gone. So we have some getting close, ready to go as our spring markets pick up. That's when we get really busy. So we've got some pigs getting close to size, so we can hopefully keep pork in stock all market season long. So I don't know if y'all can see that. Do you see that snow coming down? I don't want to call it snow. It's kind of just a flurry. But anyway, guys, I hope that gave you some information that you were looking for. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in Kunekunes, small farming, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you following along. Don't forget to make the change, and we'll see you on the next video.